Hello, welcome to the Ronest Wargamer. I'm your host, Rob Ron, and I'm joined today by John Ron. There he is.
We do run.
Yeah, we do. Hey, John, how are you?
I am really good. Apart from it's spring, so my hay fever is in full flare. So I'll be like this till November now, which is just great.
Perfect. I'd rather you felt like that than I had to put up with winter. Thank you to D6 Rob for becoming a subscriber. Big love to you. First time. Oh, that's lovely, D6 Rob. Thank you to Coraldon for resubscribing for 3 months. And hello to everyone in the chat. McLeod, Dan Don't, Calfish, HMS Banksy, Gabberwocky, Bobbin, you tall, gorgeous man. Eric Sorbonen, Chuckabutty, what's going on? Prop Joe, big love.
Everyone's in the chat.
Everyone's in the chat. Hey, babes.
Even me.
Even you. Hello, yeah, John. Hello to everyone on the podcast. Stay hydrated. I hope you're well. Me and John are going to be talking about just various things while I continue my terrain parade. There you go, everyone. This is what I'm currently working on. Mushroom Town. There you go. I've colour matched the base, I think, quite nicely with a mat. I've got some green tufts to add, John. Obviously, we'll talk about the tuft economy in a moment. But there was some amazing. The raid we did yesterday was 11 out of 10 because we kind of ended the conversation talking about tufts, and then we just went into this bloke's chat screaming, "Give me the tufts!" And he was like, "I don't have any tufts. Leave me alone." One garrison Mushroom Town Inferno Storms. I'm thinking of using this as a forest, yeah, so it's obscuring, right, but also garrisonable. So this is one of those interesting pieces of terrain, John, if you can see, where I'm pretty certain like a group of pikemen or archers or whatever would get inside a forest to hide from cavalry and monsters and whatnot. Seems like a very prudent resource. But putting your little models around it is generally like a bit of a faff. So if you just take the whole base as a garrison, stick your dudes inside, yeah, and it's also obscuring. So you can also block line of sight, which I think is quite nice. But don't forget, if it's in a garrison, so if you're behind it, then you won't... Oh, God. Yeah, if you're behind it, you won't be able to shoot at the unit behind it. But if you're in a garrison, you can shoot at them, because garrisons themselves don't block line of sight, and you can target models inside a garrison. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, I think, which will be quite fun. Garrisonable only by gits, yeah. So I think that would be cool, right? What do you think of that, John?
I think so.
Does that make sense?
Adds some flavour, right? So that feels like a step towards the way that 40k stuff works, that if you're behind the terrain and you can't be seen, but if you're in the terrain, you're benefiting from the cover, so the benefits of it, but you can be seen, which I feel is kind of a nice trade-off.
Yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. It also allows you to create nice little pieces like this, which look really nice, but also I think add loads to the game. Personally, I think that adds a lot to the game, and that's really what I'm looking to do, because really 40k has become a game that has really relied on terrain, be you a fan of that fact or not a fan of that fact, and it's become very important. Everyone in the chat, our Russian friends were doing chicken today and are also not Russian. They are Ukrainian, says Stu Redacted. What's that about? What is he saying? The fella.
The Russian dudes.
The Russian twins. What are they doing? They're cooking a chicken. But they're also not Russian. They're Ukrainian. Okay, probably not for long.
They were terrifying.
Hey Matt Mallow, what up? The two Ukrainian twins cooking scrambled egg?
I just felt really uncomfortable because I just thought like they had that kind of almost bouncer look that I just thought like instantly I felt guilty for something I hadn't done, and that all it wouldn't take was for me to say one thing at a turn, and they'd just both pounce on me and beat the snot out of me. Maybe that was a dream. Maybe that's what I was hoping for. I was like, please,
that's
guys,
what you were hoping for.
Cuddle me. With their matching pennies. Oh my God. I'm having feelings, Rob. Feelings.
Loads going on there, John.
Let's repress that John? Back down.
Push that all the way down and never access those feelings ever again. How are you feeling? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm gluing plastic toys together, which is a nice break. So I thought I'd spend the hour chatting to you doing something as well, because I have a habit of just sitting here and just kind of like swaying in the wind.
What are you putting together?
Curse City.
John, are you a content creator? Did you get it ahead of time?
Hey, look, Rob, I've got a reveal for you. Da, 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 da.
Ta-da! John, how did you
It's for work.
how
This is my day job.
What is the unwritten contract though of getting a copy? What is the unwritten contract of getting a review copy
for me,
of?
It's a written contract, and I can't sell any until Saturday morning.
Mm.
I
Is
haven't
that the
sold it
unwritten
yet.
contract?
No, that's the written contract.
So
So I haven't sold it, but more importantly, I'm gonna buy it on Saturday.
you're gonna buy Curse City on Saturday.
It's because I have to now. I've opened it and just chopped it all up.
I thought you were buying it for. Are you not buying? Are you buying it for work? Or are you buying it for you?
I justify it as work, but isn't buying Warhammer now just like you can just say to yourself, I might buy that new thing because I have to, even though secretly it's just because you want to.
Yeah.
It's like I'll buy another printer for work.
Yeah, just put it into brackets promotional copy for the store, John. That's the way.
Yes. So this time we didn't get a free one because normally if we're lucky and we order enough, if they let us order enough, we often get a free copy that I go, right, let's split the cost, guys, because a few of the team will want things normally. So like Indomitus, we split the box 3 ways in price to make it cheaper. So sometimes it works in our favour. Other times like this where 8 copies does not go far. That's all I'm saying on that subject.
Okay. I reckon there's like all sorts of shenanigans. Man, if I owned a shop, like if I was in Australia and I owned a shop, I would just be doing all of the whatever bad bits you're not meant to do. Well, I'd be flogging them ahead of time, like under the counter. I'd be like, you want Curse City right now? Fucking get it, lads. Let's go.
It's like my rep keeps saying to me, you can't make sure people can't take pre-orders. And I'm like, I know I'm not. I'm making a list. I'm taking no money. It's fine. And that's what I always found funny. It's like people go, oh, but how do you know how many to order? It's like, I have a list. And people say they want it. I order it. Done.
Easy.
Yeah,
but you're not like you're not one of the.
You're
not really like. I know all shops are for profit, but you guys aren't really looking to like. Nah. You're not aiming to be the largest web store in the UK or like. Do you know what I mean? You're not looking to be the largest. It's something that just
helps. It helps. It's not the core kind of bit of the business.
Yeah, exactly.
Barbie's our main thing.
Barbie?
Puzzles, Barbie, puzzles, and Lego. Really? So the Warhammer's actually small fry, really, but I make a big deal out of it. You can tell where it's like, people are like, oh, where are the Barbies? Round the back. Where are the Warhammer? Well, let me tell you a story. There's this guy called Sigma. He's a bit of a dick.
But everyone kind of likes him.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. All right. Well, I'm sure. Are the models nice? Do you like the models? They go together well?
Looking
They're
at
different coloured plastics, aren't they?
Yeah, so like a lot of board games, the heroes are actually quite a light coloured plastic. So they're kind of that very kind of off-white. When I was looking at them like that, I was like, they look like 3D printed models. I think someone said in our chat, and I was looking at it going, you're right. And the quality, I look at them and go, that could just be a 3D print.
Yeah.
This ogre dude, he's fucking cool, man. It looks so cool.
Little interesting side note, John, is the first resin I ordered to do all of the stuff on was I think I ordered white or black because at that point you could barely buy any resin, and there was like none really for sale on it. I think it was the cheapest, and then I like base sprayed everything grey afterwards after I'd printed, so you could see the detail a bit better. And then eventually I just changed up to only ordering grey, which is so like weird. You can see the detail a little bit better, I think, like when you've done the prints. So yeah, like it's weird. Like that grey's a really nice kind of medium. I guess someone in the chat will be able to tell me some science behind it.
It's the same with priming black. When you look at a primed black figure, you just can't pick out some of the details sometimes. Whilst a mid-tone grey, you see it.
Yeah, agreed. Hey, Style Honest. What's up, Robin? It's Pagan Boy. It's been too long since I've been able to log in live. Thanks to the podcast and company on Walk Style. It's our pleasure, and I hope you're well. I hope you're all well in the chat. Grey is the best if you can get it. Yep, I've got grey. Grey was also on sale like a month ago, I think, maybe 2 months ago. It was on crazy sale, so I went mental. And I sold some of my old like video camera equipment, and I bought loads of resin. So
Yeah, you
which
just
is
need
nice.
webcams, man. You don't need fancy cameras. You just need web cameras.
Well, they
It's
don't plug in.
920s.
They don't plug into the ecosystem of live coverage anymore. So I kept one for myself. So yeah,
Nice.
but sad news, but important to do so. So some cool news for me today. Twitch chat, what up? Some cool news is the Shadow Sun guy on Twitter. Big up to him. Whoop, whoop. I don't know if you saw, John. He's designing me some Eldar L-shaped ruins.
No way.
Yeah. They look really great. Me and Pete very excited about it, which is really nice. And they'll be 3D printable, which is like even cooler. So they look very, very good.
Oh.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah. Sorry, you went all kind of roboty for me for a second. It's my internet apparently. It just doesn't like me anymore.
Okay. Yeah. So, which is really exciting. Looking forward to that. Which coincides with a news story of the day, John.
Yes. I couldn't find it when I googled it, Rob.
Oh.
Sorry. Which is obviously, it means it's really big news if I couldn't find it on a certain website itself.
Yeah, well, so one of the things that's hot gossip in 40k community at the moment, I thought maybe I'd talk about it tonight, obviously is the terrain packs for WTC. There is a singles pack and there is a team format pack, which is quite cool. So, like, they're a little bit different in composition. But Frontline Gaming have put out their map pack today, which is the important point. And
unfortunately, I couldn't find it on their Facebook page. I found memes, but not that on their Facebook page.
Huh?
I looked on their Facebook page to find this pack, but what I found was memes.
But they're a little bit more open. Open?
Open.
They're more Oppenheimer. Here I am, map pack designer, destroyer of worlds. More open, far more.
Oh.
Yeah, far more usable. I don't think they're Games Workshop branded. No. I saw it via a subtweet earlier, and I took in a little bit of the detail. Need to pattern the Eldar for the terrain. Sergeant Rolf, let's 100% use that name. Eldar.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's amazing.
11 out of 10. 100% forward in that, Sergeant Rolf. You have now got 10% of the stocks. Congratulations. That will net you at least £0 over the next 4 to 10 years. Congratulations on your big win there. So Frontline Gaming, where is it? I'm trying to find it.
So it was a tweet you saw earlier?
Yeah, gaming.
Did you like it? Because it'll be in your liked tweets.
No, I didn't like it.
That would have been helpful.
Like I was hoping to find it, but they put out their stuff, and I looked at it, and then I was like, it's a lot more open. Maybe it's in this post
because I saw the pack that the LGT guys are doing an event in Leicester, and their pack was pretty open as well. It was the terrain they did for 8th edition, so it does kind of look a bit sparse as well. So that I think that's a pattern we might start seeing.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it, but I can't find it. Anyway, but it will be interesting. It will be interesting with a separation between the two communities, and obviously in England, as it was in 8th edition, as it shall be through all time. Thanks again to Star Learners for resubscribing. As it shall be, England, the battleground for ITC versus WTC style events. So which terrain... John, if you've got an event coming up, and it uses 2 different map packs, one from the WTC, one from the ITC, is that going to sway your decision, or are you not going to care? Here's the next one.
Ooh. So for me, because I've played a lot of TTS in the last few months, using WTC maps, it's what I'm used to now.
Okay.
And I like the variation to it and the density options that there can be.
Okay.
So I think I'd be more inclined if I had to pick. Personally, I would rather a happy medium that was using that sort of style, but also had an aesthetic to it. So to me, there's almost another route for me where I'd like it to be pretty. And
well, I'm actually with Plymouth Troll Slayers. 0 terrain. Just fucking eyeball each other across a grassy field. Yeah, that's 100% 40k. It's
No,
cheap.
it's not, Rob.
I'm going to run an event. 8,000 players are welcome. Yeah. All I got to do is buy mats. That's all I got to do. 0 terrain. Just fucking eyeball each other across the way.
You don't even need mats. Just paint tables green and just do it old school.
Do it via bunk beds. So one person plays on the top table.
Not even tables.
No, it's perfect, right? You do bunk beds, you play on the bottom bunk bed, the top bunk bed, and then that night, that's also your accommodation. Yeah?
The winner gets the top bunk.
Warhammer event ever.
Although the first time I came to Nottingham to go up to Warhammer World, Rob, we stayed in the... first mistake we made is we stayed in the hostel. So we had bunk beds. Worst night's sleep I've ever had in Nottingham.
Where?
And I've had... It's the... Igloo, I think it's called.
House.
No, this is an actual hostel, but it's literally it's like a Warhammer table as a bunk bed, basically. It's not comfortable.
Okay, well, I didn't know there was a hostel. I know there are hostels in Nottingham, but I didn't know there were like B&B places. Oh, okay, where is it? Where was it? Do you know?
It's right in the middle.
Okay.
It's right on the ring road thing that goes around the whole city.
That's not the middle. Is
it not the middle? Well, to me, it feels like the middle. I don't know, Rob.
Anywhere 30 seconds outside the middle is not the middle in my world. Right. That's because I'm a city centre rat. Yeah.
We kept going round in circles. Like, oh, there it is. We need to find a car park. Oh, there it is. We need to find a car park. Oh,
if
there it is.
8 minutes outside the city, then you're basically in the countryside, in my opinion. Back in the day, we had to play without mats on the floor with books for hills. Books, says Koenig. Yeah. That makes sense. Destruction TTS question. Does anyone know if there's a nice looking Uruks army in the workshop? There is. John, you have a link to that, don't you? A nice looking Uruks army.
Yes. So Cabbage has done an updated version of the Ard Boys because there's a nice army, but the Ard Boys were on the wrong size bases, so they were always tipping over. Compiling that with the terrain interactions, they were just falling over. Let me find the link. They're really helpful because I've been playing a lot of. You mean Bone Splitters? There is an Uruk War Clan army, I believe.
So, question in the chat from Sergeant Rolf is: am I not worried that on the Eldar, hilarious still, Eldar terrain piece that there'll be boobs? Because Shadowsun, our designer, is want to put a couple of boobs on everything he sees, which I completely respect. But as long as you don't end up with booberine, I can't do boobs and scenery together.
So does it need to not have nipples to be on Twitch?
Well, no, just no boobs on terrain. I'm gonna go for no boobs on terrain. I feel is the right decision.
Boo!
Boo! I reckon if that was a Twitter poll I did today, it was like, terrain, boobs or no boobs? I reckon there's a high percentage chance that I would get a vote for boobs. But we'll see. Twitch chat, quick straw poll. Boobs or no boobs on terrain? Sexist. All boobs.
Would it be biomass? So it'd be a NIDS table, right?
Yeah, that works. Healing. If you get within range, you can heal D3 wounds. Anything can be boobs if you want it enough. I respect that. I respect that opinion. Twitch chat. Just boobs and dildos for lifestyle blocking.
Only if they're more than 5 inches tall.
I agree. Let's be representative, John. What do you think?
What, moobs?
Yeah, man boobs. That's what we should do. That's the most accurate Warhammer
There'll be enough in the event hall already, normally.
In the event hall, yeah, 100%. 100%.
Me included. Because lockdown has not been kind.
Oh, buddy, you need to get out there, drink some water. Here, by the way, this is my update on my terrain so far. I'm going for a kind of stark white for the mushroom, John. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's really nice. Are you going to do like a wash on any of the mushroomy bits, like in the
100%.
ridges and
that's
stuff?
That's all.
I always like it when you see like a fade on them, but that probably would require actual work. So I'd avoid
Is that what word you were going to use? You fucking rude bastard. No, I'm 100% going to do that. I think it'll be fine. I haven't got many.
I was going to say effort, and I thought that was harder.
I mean, actually, this doesn't look terrible because, like, this is just airbrush. Airbrush stuff just makes everything look great, does it not?
I know, right? It's my trick now. Like anything that's got lights on it, it's like there you go, little spray, done.
Yeah.
That looks 10% better.
I'm a painting genius. That's what I say. And that's it. So I haven't done anything but paint and use an airbrush since yesterday. So I don't have loads really to impart on you, Twitch chat, and I apologise about that. I should have arranged an interview or something. That was the right decision. Tomorrow we're doing a list review show, which is going to be cool. So if anyone's got anything they'd like to ask question-wise, let's get in the chat. Look, Chef's Kiss. Thanks, Pete. I'm just trying to make it. I just want the boards to be super sweet and people enjoy themselves. And I can't wait for there to be a little story. I told someone last night about you guys all mocking Chef's, mocking me because of Thingy's house, Shrek's house.
Ollitown.
No, Shrek's house.
Oh.
Shrek's house. I was getting ribbed on for Shrek's house yesterday, and now I can't not see it. And now I'm really disappointed with the whole piece of terrain. And I gave up on painting it today. I was like, fuck you, Shrek's house. I'm not coming near you.
Oh, man. Poor Shrek. Now he doesn't have a house.
Can we have feet as terrain as well? Oh, my God.
Oh, God, that's just strange.
And bathwater. That's what I'm gonna say. That this isn't actually a lake. This is bathwater of the Troggoth Hag. That's what I'm gonna...
Stop it. In fact, I think I might put that in the chat now. There we go.
Oh yeah, there's a Troggoth. I don't know if you guys know, but there's a Troggoth Princess emote in the chat. I think, is there not, John? There is.
Boom. There you go.
The Troggoth Princess emote is in the chat. If you guys want to use it.
There we go. How exciting.
How phallic is acceptable for terrain to be before you need to terrain hub branding?
As long as it's 5 inches.
Yeah.
At least 5 inches tall, right? It has to be at least 5 inches tall.
It has to. 5.1 is the science behind it. I don't know. I'm excited to see events pop up sometime soon. I've been working on the events for Super Series over the past couple of days, John, and also for our future events. And I tell you what, it's really hard not to kind of like clash with other stuff. So I'm just going to clash with it.
Yes.
It's just easier.
You've kind of got to.
Yeah.
You can't really avoid it now. It's getting to that point that, like comic conventions, there's one every weekend, whether you like it or not. And
but they're all sold
the
out.
UK's small enough.
Yeah, they're all sold out.
Yeah,
so if I do,
and the
if
UK
I do
is
one on the
small
same
enough
day,
that people will just doesn't matter really.
yeah, I'm just gonna be like fucking same day, whatever. Like they were like, there's a waiting list. I'm like, or there's a place you can actually play. You're cool. It's not like some of the venues are particularly lovely to go to. Chuckabutty entered a tournament. Which tournament did Chuckabutty enter? And has anyone in here entered a tournament or bought tickets for a tournament so far this year?
I played an event this weekend, in fact.
Did you?
Yeah.
What did you play? Oh, did you play the host tournament?
I've played a Garden Hammer tournament. I played 3
did you?
games.
At your house?
At a friend's house in his garden.
Nice.
It's great fun.
What did you take and how did you do?
I took Dark Angels and I came 2nd out of 4.
Wow, that is embarrassing.
I lost to dude. This will help you prep for tonight.
Yeah.
I lost to Drakari.
Okay.
That was my one match I lost.
Okay.
And I say lost, I drew it. It was 61-61.
All right, I'll keep an eye on that. Joe says I'm playing a 4-round league. Got my ticket for one of the Heartlands, says Tom Dix. Yes, I think that's sold out now, which I think is good. Yeah, Wildman's tournament. So Mark Wildman's tournament, War in the Heartlands, is over in Leicester. We're doing the coverage for that, so looking forward to that. It's actually one of the few domestic events I think that we're going to cover this year, quite outside of stuff that we normally cover. There's Bobo, there's LGT. There's War in the Heartlands. Those are events that we're going to be live covering so far. Bobo's 2 heats at the moment. And then
the final, right?
Huh?
And then the big final thing.
But that's here. As in going somewhere. And then there's AOS World Championships, if that's still possible, which I don't really think it is, because it's in September, and I don't think that's going to happen personally. I don't think Europe's going to be ready for September for travel and stuff. But I would like it to, of course. But I don't think it is. And then they've announced.
But not be practical.
Yeah, of course. And then they've announced that they're moving the AOS Worlds to September, which I think is a good decision instead of moving it into the summer. because the summer is a weird time to do major events, because obviously that's when there's an edition change, and if not an edition change, at least there's the change in points and battle plans via either chapter approved and or GHB. So moving it to the spring is a great decision.
Because I think, based on up until last year, chapter approved was a December thing, but it came out with the release of the new edition. So I think they're both going to end up being in the summer now.
What did you say? Sorry, say that again.
So chapter approved used to be a December release, but last year it came out July.
Yeah, I think it's
with
going
the
to be
edition,
summer.
So it's going to stay that way now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a summer thing. I think. Wait, I've just got here. New AOS in spring. Is that what's happening? No, summer. It'll be June and July. Like, that's their process. I'm pretty certain. They won't, mess it up and turn it into some other random time, I don't think. So, it's been pretty much the general scuttlebutt, although I am the source of the scuttlebutt.
Not saying a word, Rob.
I think that's mainly on me. So if it's wrong, you can just throw rocks at me. That's fine. So I've not bought tickets yet, says Gitley, but planning to attend LGT and another event in July. Yes, let's go. That's exciting. So we're going to be throwing events here, John. I want everyone, if anyone wants to hear what sort of events that we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing just day events, because I just think that's kind of easier, and because we've only got 8 tables, so for 16 people, I think day events make more sense. So we're going to run 16-man day events, and we're going to run team events, 4x4, over the course of a day. So teams of 4, and I think that'll be really fun. And then we're going to kind of do them as weekenders. So we're going to do them as, a Saturday will be the singles event, and then the Sunday will be the 4x4 team event. So if you are, looking for a whole weekend of Warhammer, obviously you could buy a ticket for both, and then you could play in 2 kind of different style events over the course of a weekend. But if you only want to come up for one, you're only doing one, if that makes sense. And then we'll do one of those a month, like an Age of Sigmar one of those a month, and a 40k one of those a month, and then that leaves me enough time to run an Age of Sigmar Super Series and a 40k Super Series, and then also attend the other kind of events that we plan on doing coverage from. So, traveling overseas and doing coverage from events and all that other jazz, which will be exciting.
Can't wait for that. That's the bit I've missed.
What, traveling?
Yeah, and I never thought I'd be that guy.
Actually, I'm excited for that. I am. Loads and loads. I'd love to go back to Sweden, Australia, Canada, and all those places. I think they're wonderful places, and some new places: Denmark, Italy. There's a whole bunch of new places I really want to go. But at the same time, I'm really excited about everyone here at the venue, and it not being such a faff. Not having to spend an entire day traveling, or an entire 2 days traveling, an entire day setting up all the equipment. Just everyone kind of rocks up. Yeah. We hold the event, and then it's just fucking smooth. And we're done at 7 o'clock, or 8, or whatever it is, and go out in Nottingham for a couple of beers. Fucking, I'm in. Let's go.
And I don't have to be back for day 2. Sorted.
Yeah. Oh, Major Sockbert, thanks for donating £5 to the show. That's very much appreciated. That's very lovely of you.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Weekenders, a soap opera set at a 2-game tournament set in East London. I'm in. I'm absolutely in. Weekenders, I'll be Pat Butcher. I don't think you heard that, John.
I did. I just wish I didn't hear it. It's your Pat Butcher. So who's Frank Butcher then for you? Nathan.
Nathan is perfect in all ways. He can't be anyone but whoever Nathan Prescott is. So amongst all your events and coverage at other events, do you plan to rest and sleep at all? Yeah, so this is one of the things I kind of had to accept actually about my personal life, if you guys want to hear something about that, is I probably, most people work Monday to Friday, don't they, John? And they have the weekends off. But that's not true for huge volumes of people. Chefs, people who work in in loads of service industry stuff, or even if you just work in the event industry, if you work in, I don't know, so I'm probably going to be a person who works the weekends and kind of has midweek off. And to be honest, I think that's kind of better. The day off I'll have will be if I end up I don't know, let's say we're taking a Wednesday off for the whole day to try and strike some work-life balance. Everywhere will be quiet. The restaurants will be quiet. The museums will be quiet. Do you know what I mean? Wherever I want to go, it'll just be a bit quieter. So I think that kind of works out for me.
Yeah, that's the one benefit I got from doing retail work, was that I could have midweek off, go and do the stuff I wanted to do, and not be just overwhelmed with families everywhere. Because it being that busy a lot of the time on weekends can be just a bit much.
Yeah, like, and also, like, I mean, it's not a terrible job. Like, what? A group of lads come down, play some Warhammer at the venue, and we, like, live stream it. Oh, no. How will I live? Like,
Jam
what will
sandwiches,
I do with
that's how you live.
Yeah, what will I do with the rest of my time? So, yeah. And I think I'd like to set it up. Eventually, what would be great is to have, like, a venue manager for the arena. I've talked about this before. That's kind of the long-term goal. And then eventually, like, a whole live crew. So, like, all the people who volunteer their time and everything at the weekends, we make enough money that we can, like, everyone can have a job and they can do it full time. And then there's a lot more time off for me at the moment. So, there'll be a lot more time off. I'm going to become a lazy king, John. Sat on a throne of lies. That's not going to be me.
I can't
I've been
imagine
on
that
that
ever happening.
Pete says, I've been on that work pattern for 20 years. It suits me well enough, but it can be annoying missing out on social stuff at the weekends. Pete, I agree with you, absolutely. And I think, like, as long as I can plan ahead of time well enough, like, which I will not be able to, there's time off. But, like, unfortunately, like, events are the weekends, right? Like, that's how things work. There's no way around it. So instead of trying to, like, co-opt it or something, just embrace it. Just work my life around it and make that my life. That seems to be okay for me. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Like, it'll be fun. Hey, Steve Dooley. I've been working at... should we just buy a flat in Nottingham, travel up to visit Uncle Rob every other weekend? You should just buy a flat here. That would be better. If we all just move here, save us all a load of time. That's the plan.
Yeah. That was the plan.
Speaking of terrain, says Creator Gator, and hello to you. I know a lot of people make us think about the toe-in rule for gaining line of sight through obscuring terrain. Do tournaments use this interpretation of the rule? Creator Gator, they do. That's pretty much standard. I think the toe-in rule is really important, but that's mainly because there's been a lot of conversation about, of course, L-shaped ruins. I know I'm still going on about this, but once you guys start going to tournaments, you're going to be like, oh, I understand, Rob.
Yeah.
Where you're at. I know what's going on in this conversation. So yeah. Whereas I like the if you're an Age of Sigmar guy and you know what I'm talking about, the fact that this is garrisonable and obscuring makes loads of sense. When you see this on the tabletop, you're like, yeah, I get that. That's fun. It removes all of the micro problems with putting your models on the base because you're just like, it's a garrison. Garrisons aren't particularly great anyway. They're tough, which means it's also impassable because garrisons are impassable, so you have to go around it. And it's also obscuring. So, pièce de résistance, having that as that. Like
well, you
that.
just know where you stand.
Oh yeah, like got my Warhammer juices flowing. Thinking about that tactically. What's up with L-shaped stuff? Nothing on you, Steve, because you're a W-shaped guy all the time. Big wins only for Steve Dooley.
I miss Steve Dooley's cooking.
Oh, me too. Silent Temptress, I've come from Podcast Land to say hi. Thanks very much, Silent Temptress, for coming to say hi. Hope you're well. It's very much appreciated. All the podcast homies drinking all that water up, so thanks for being here. It's very lovely of you. Hey to Nikos in the chat as well, who's saying hi. Yeah. John, have you seen all the Mechanicum leaks at the moment? That's happening.
I have, so it's not really surprised me a lot of the changes so far. Like
Okay.
the adjustments to weapons and stuff were things I was expecting.
Okay.
Because they already kind of had that whole D3+3 kind of damage profile, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
For the Cognis guns.
Yep.
So what I thought was interesting was the dog cavalry guys have lost toughness. Was it? I think it was one of the ones I saw.
Yeah, they've lost 2 wounds.
Yeah, which did surprise me because if anything, it's so far everything's been gaining. So it's interesting that they've kind of toned them down a little bit. Now they've sold loads.
Yeah, agreed. There's just a quick conversation happening in the chat, by the way, about the different types of terrain that we should see. Q-shaped, J-shaped. I think we should definitely get some X-shaped terrain just to celebrate the life and times of the rapper who we all loved, DMX. Sad news about DMX. I'm sorry for everyone who was big dog fans, as I was. But he had a good run, and he made some great music. Let's be real. So I don't. Have you heard about that, John? DMX not very well.
I heard that it wasn't very well.
Yeah. So.
And Yeah.
No,
Not great.
he's in the hospital, not very well at all. So I think we should make some DMX-based terrain, basically. Maybe that's what we should have.
Yeah.
D terrain, M terrain, and X terrain. The DMX board.
Yeah.
Yeah? Knock, knock, da-da-da-da.
I've now got that in my head. I hate it.
That's what I want. I want everyone at home to be listening to DMX now in their head.
It just makes me want to watch Deadpool. That's the worst bit, Rob. It's not even like I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to go and watch Deadpool.
No, you should just listen to DMX all the time. Maybe we should have some AOS-related music. Oh, man. The AOS community is very specific, right? Like, you're either going to end up with... We don't have Renaissance fairs in the UK.
No.
Because we've got like a very there's a kind of, if you didn't grow up in the UK, we have this really institutional form of kind of education early on, where you're bullied a lot all the time, no matter what or who you are, but mainly if you're a nerd, more. And then
Warhammer nerd, get in the bin. Okay, that was me.
So we don't generally end up with those kind of Renaissance fair things too much. But obviously in America, they protect them. But then I think they still get bullied, which is why they end up shooting schools. So, Rob, I'm so proud of you every single day. Thank you for doing what you do. Thanks, Nurgle Matthew. You stay hydrated. That's great. Like today I feel useless because I've just been painting, don't really have anything to talk about. So, and John's here, so we're really just pulling it on by the skin of our teeth.
Thanks, Rob.
But it's appreciated. Oh, we are. Let's be honest. Yeah. I mean, I don't get paint streamers. What the fuck do paint streamers talk about for like 6 hours? What do they have to talk about for 6 hours?
I found when I was doing my art streams, Rob, I was just on a loop. If I did 2 or 3 days of it on the trot, each day I'd end up saying the same things, and it became mindless. That I was just like, what day am I even on? And I had to look at the schedule to tell myself what day it was. I was like, this is just weird.
None of that.
Nah.
I think one of the things I really appreciate is I know that this is always going to be a podcast. So when it's going out as like at the start, I'm like, hey lads, I'm painting terrain today. So if the podcast bros are like, do you know what, I'm just going to nope out. I think like painting and doing this stuff is really easy when you're in the chat, right? Because like not easy, sorry, like. The best format of this is just hanging out with the chat and talking to you guys. That's great. I love that. Yeah. But I'm also super conscious that it's like tomorrow's show is going to be about the lists for the coverage we're doing at the weekend. So Saturday we're live all day, by the way. No flaking on from me this time. We're live all day covering the top 8 of the tournament. And there's like...
Grand Hammer, yeah.
And so it's going to be super cool. Really looking forward to it. The TOs are lovely people. They're
very enthusiastic.
Yeah, really great guys. So we'll be covering that all day. It's going to be super fun. I think me, intern Matt, and just that fucking kid, that fella, the Warhammer Freedom Fire, we're going to be hanging out all day. No. So it's going to be great fun.
I'm hoping on that one then.
So I'm doing a list review show for that tomorrow, and I know that that's content for people to listen to, and there's like some deep dives of some lists, whereas just me and John shit talking is really
yeah. Well, I think it's different stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just
I
different.
see a bad painter streaming. I just watch them rage as their models.
That's just watching Rob paint, right?
Yeah. This is taking so fucking long.
Because at the beginning of the stream streak, you'd sat there going, well, I'm just dipping straight from the pot, and you're just getting angry at yourself because it's just like, well, this is going to look shit. And it was just like, that's the stream they're asking for. It's like, just go watch like episode 20 or something.
Yeah. What? Go back and watch me bitch and moan. I got better now. Tell you what, airbrushes are brilliant, aren't they?
Like, I love that it took just for you to have to do so much terrain that you ended up getting your airbrush back out.
So good.
Such a change. It's
so
great.
Good. They're so good. They're so impressive. And like they're quite intuitive as well. Like you're like, oh, I'll add a bit of colour to this and kind of change. Like much easier than blending a colour on a palette or something. Obviously, you probably could blend a colour on a palette really easy as well, but I'm obviously mental. Big shout out to Henry Steele as well. Again, that advice he gave me that one time, just like pick one project and do it. Like, just brilliant for getting your painting backlog done. Also, do you know what we should talk about? Because this came up on Twitter and it's a good point. If you guys are listening and you're like, maybe I need to do some painting. Do you know what? Warhammer isn't fun. Nut the fuck up. Yeah? That's what I think. Yeah? Get your shit together. Get your painting done. Yeah, it's not fun. Yeah, it's not fun. painting 2,000 point army. It's not fun. Yeah? Maybe you'll enjoy yourself, but it's a fucking lie. But do you know what? It's fun going to events with your mates, and you got to paint your army to get your shit done. So get your shit done. If you listen to this right now and you're like, oh, maybe I'll have a bit of a drink tonight and watch some TV, sort your fucking shit out. Get it down. Be like, I hate this, and just rage through it. Be like, you fucking stupid mushroom. Fucking take this paint, you little bitch. Like, get it done, right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Because I've gotten to the point now with that, Rob, that if I'm playing a casual game and I've even got one figure that's not finished, I feel so shit because it doesn't look as nice. And that's part of the whole point of the game, right? Is that you've got this visual experience of two painted armies with some cool terrain.
Bollocks.
And that's...
Calling bollocks. No, I hear what you're saying, and I've made that point before, and I kind of agree with you. But balls. I'm just gonna say balls, John. Yeah. Doesn't matter it doesn't matter like that it's better. I don't want there's no motivation here. There's no like you'll be in a better place. None of this. Just like pure fucking rage. Get your shit done. That's what we're doing. Yeah. Pick your paintbrush up and be like, fucking hate this, but I'm getting this shit done. Get it done. That's what I want. Yeah. You're right. It looks better, but who cares? I don't care about that. Like, because that's not going to motivate you. You're not going to be like, oh, I can't wait for it
does motivate me.
General milieu I'll feel as I'm like staring at this scenic battlefield. Nope, it's not going to motivate anyone. Yeah, anger
motivates me. Anger is not a positive tool for me, Rob. I don't think you've ever seen me truly angry. You don't want to.
No, I don't.
You know, like when you see like a French bulldog and it's going proper angry at another dog, and you just look at that thing and go, "I pity you. You look so angry, but you're so helpless." That's me.
It's like watching a baby cry. I'm currently back to painting 30 Chaos Warriors, says Steve Dooley, because fuck the matter, that's not fun. It's not fun at all. There's so much trim, and it's rubbish. So much trim, and you keep looking and you think, why? And that's why my corn
army's still in the box, because I was just like, I think at Edge Highlight, I did the gold trim on one Terminator and went, cool, I'm going to go do something else for probably another year. I just can't. I can't. How do people do whole armies of that? And then highlight that? It's just like, what? Why do silver highlight on your gold trim? It's just unnecessary. It's just like going, yes, I might as well just put salt in the wound. Oh, come on.
And do you know what? Do you know who are dickheads? Do you know who's a dickhead? The guy. No. Fucking let's talk about this. Do you know who's a dickhead? You post your one Chaos Warrior or your one Marine on Twitter. You're like, I've painted one Marine. Look at, I've edge highlighted it. Look at the fade I've done. Look at the blend. Do you know what? Take yourself into the fucking sea, right? I want to see 30 intercessors in a row, like all of them. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Yeah, you'll be like, I painted one Marine. Like, cool. I don't want to see nothing until I've seen 10 Marines in a row painted. Otherwise, I can't be asked with your shit. That's what I think. Yeah. So
I've got a lot of intercessors painted, Rob. So
that's what I want to see, John. Yeah, I want to see 20 dry brushed intercessors, not one edge highlighted Marine. Let's get it done.
They are all motivational. I feel so attacked right now.
I'm going to do a motivational video. That's what I'm going to do.
Just do it. Just have
put intercessors in a row that are vaguely the same shade as a win. There we go. Roughly the same.
Just about. If you run out of the colour halfway through, just mix a colour that's kind of approximately the same. That'll be fine.
I like Aeneas Knight's idea. Paint one really exceptional zombie and then just dip 99 of them, which I think would be good. Let me just read out what Giant Jockbot says. I've started doing hobby building each day in the evening. It has become a habit, and I've built 150-ish models since the start of the year. I'm almost out of sprues to build. Making something into a habit is the most important part of life. I agree with you, Giant Jockbot. Great decision there. How amusing is it to see people excited for Soulblight Gravelords slowly realise they're getting the bin guy, like a freight train of disappointment that will strike without mercy. I'm really enjoying it, Pete. Sorry, not Pete, John.
I can't wait to be disappointed again. I can't wait. If it's like playing Grots again, I'll be like, cool.
Do I want to see your 400 painted horrors? That's what I want to see. That's what I'm talking about. I'm fucking sick. Sick of this. Here's my one nice fucking model. Because you know what? Those people... What they do is they do their little tweet or their Instagram post, yeah? Then they log off, they go and watch like a narrative lore video, right?
Hey, I like watching Luton videos.
Oh, no, I like... Oh, Luton's amazing, man. Like, so good. Yeah, I like One Man Syndicate as well. They're all great, yeah? But they log off, and then they never... And then do you know what they'll do in 2 days' time? They'll go on some sort of forum, and they'll be like, do you know what I don't like about competitive players? All of you make me rage. Right, none of this. I don't want any of this. I just want 200 dry-brushed ghouls or nothing is what I want to see. Hot pink horrors, yeah? Or brimstone horrors. I want to see fucking rough.
120 grots, dry-brused.
Or nothing. Get out. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Let me show you my 60 painted Corsairs, you slut. There we go. I just finished the last piece of my Cities of Sigmar army. Only took 1.5 years. Wow. See, that's okay. You did it. You've got them done, man. I'm proud of you. You should always be proud of yourself when you get those projects done. It's really important. If I see an edge highlight, it's into the sea with you. Agreed. I'm doing 70 play bearers right now. Get it, Silent Temptress. That's what I like to see. Let's go. Spray them green. Silver on the metal. Yeah. Wash.
Greenwash.
Greenwash. Can I just suggest our Lord and Saviour, Streaking Grime? And then we're done. Yeah. That's what I want to see. So I hope this has been motivational, John. Has you found this helpful in any way?
Yeah. I feel like I was already doing all of that. It's like I've started setting myself a routine that once I've eaten my lunch, I sit and build something, just like I've built something.
Yeah. The thing is we all have these high-minded ideals, and I think it's because people put their talented stuff. And look, obviously they can be talented people on, and that's super okay. That's super okay. But we're all not going to be like whoever, are we?
No, we can't all be you. I
kind of think what would be good is to start a hashtag where it's like hashtag pro painted or hashtag like
it'll do.
No, like I want it to be a hashtag that you make all the people who paint really well to put their hashtag as, so I can block the hashtag. So if we start a social trend where people hashtag all their really nice minis, and then you just fucking block it. That's what you do. You just block that hashtag so it never comes up in your feed.
So just block warmongers, Rob. That'll sort your day out.
Good, I will do. There's a beauty in mediocrity, I think. Yeah, hashtag done. Try hashtag done.
Nobody likes a trier.
Yeah, that's true. No one does. Big shout out, Archie. Glowdan, speaking of streaking grime, if you're going to do all the oil paints or streaking grime on your terrain in the future, get yourself some makeup sponges instead of filling with little cotton tips. Appreciate that, Glowdan. I haven't actually watched any tutorials or kicked off yet with the oil paints. I know that they're really good, and it's a big thing to try. I just own a lot of paints at the minute anyway, and I know this is really like not. I'm just being cheap, and I'm just like, cool. I've got this color. This is what color the terrain is going to be now. The only thing that I've had to spend money on is color matching. So the bases on this one, for example, as you can see, I've tried to color match that with a particular mat. And then there's some tufts when we get tuft money. Some tufts to go on it because there's some green or some flock or something to go on that. And that's the only kind of like need to sort of situation. Unless there's something I really want to paint, like a particular colour, then I'm buying it. But I've just got loads of paints. You know, John, you got like loads of just random paints left over.
Yeah. Just use them. Get them done.
Yeah, that's it. Just get before they basically dry up is kind of a tactic. You can find makeup wedges, sponges on Amazon. Thanks. I'll find some. That's how I feel about Midwinter Minis. I love his videos so much, but they make me feel bad about my own minis. Lol. I like Midwinter Minis. I think he's a really great YouTuber, and I never met him, but I think I like his content. He's got some really salient points. He puts them together really well. I think he's an excellent content creator personally, and makes really nice stuff. Makes really good little. I really liked his little 500-point battle reports that he did for 8th edition. For new people, they were super popular on YouTube, and I could 100% see why. I would love to make something like that in the future. That'll be because I don't think we're far off, John. Like, get the venue run, get the events up and running, and then like midweek, that's something I could do, which would be cool. So I look forward to that.
Club nights.
We need a tough emote. No, fucking club nights, John. Fucking. I'm going to run a club.
I'm just trying to trick you.
I'm going to do a
could be
club
a club
night.
promoter.
I'm going to do a club night, but everyone's only allowed in if it's like eyes wide shut with the big cowls, and everyone has to carry a candle when they walk in. It's the only way we're doing it. Lee Bromley, I got some new dry brushes last month. 40 ghouls, 2 hours. Let's go, Lee Bromley. Get a photo on Twitter. That's what I want to see. That's the content I'll retweet. Get that up. 40 ghouls. Yeah? Every time someone puts a picture up of one vampire, I'm going to just post the 40 ghoul link. I'm like, talk to me again when you've done 40 ghouls. Yeah?
But my next thing I'm going to paint is just one vampire, Rob.
Oh, how long are you going to spend? How long are you going to spend on that one guy?
Probably an evening.
He's not even good. Oh, you mean for the game? He's probably good. Who knows?
I'm gonna play through the game. That's why I'm getting it, Robert.
You're actually gonna play through it?
Yeah. So my little kind of circle of guys. There's often 4 of us. So the way we saw it was like we'll play through this, but to build up to it, we're going to play the Warcry free campaign they've done that leads into it, and kind of go real narrative on it. But we're all playing Age of Sigmar at the moment as well, which is kind of. I think we're all on a hype for just the setting as much as anything, and if I can encourage that and get everyone kind of dipping into it out of 40k a little bit, all the better. What
is it that's produced the hype for the setting? Do you think?
I think it was because these models are really cool, so people got kind of curious. And then, ironically, it was as soon as I started playing in Dayton's TTS league, a little tournament he did. All my guys suddenly just went, oh, I might start painting some on my AOS if you're bothering with that. So next thing I know, I'm painting a cabbage, getting iron jewels for my birthday, and I'm just like, cool, there we go. Okay. I've managed to kickstart it in my community again, accidentally.
I think I've
been trying for 2 years.
I think everyone's a stone throw away from playing Age of Sigmar all the time, basically. That's kind of how I feel.
We were almost doing it, and then 9th dropped, and it was just like everyone just went, oh, cool, new toys. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I spent a couple of days on single characters at Gitly and it still looks shit. Ironside, I'm working on my 3rd Mega Gargant Attack on Titan theme. Love that theme, by the way. Really good. Really good theme. Really big fan of it. What is this link that Matt's found? Is this me? Fuck off, Matt. Don't tweet me at me. Who are you? What did I say? Work in progress. Yeah, alright, yeah, it is me, Matt. I put up 1 Plague Marine. But then, do you know what, Matt? You bitch. I painted up 45 of those. So, get out, Matt. Hey, Smorgan, what's going on? John, Smorgan says hi.
Smorgan? The Smorgan? Mm. Oh. Hello, Smorgan.
Volzen Riot says, my group of friends from college don't like wargaming, but they loved board games. So Curse City is a perfect game for me to actually play Games Workshop with them. Oh, that's good. That's positive. And then Azrak says, I also speed painted some Drukhari, and then that's why they wanted to that's what they wanted to show on Warhammer Twitch. Go on, Azrak. That's it. Get them done, baby. Let's get them done. 1 mini tweet, Ron. Lol. Oh, I hate Matt, but also can't wait to listen to Matt talk to me in Table Boss for the whole of Saturday, so it's fine.
I love how sarcastic he is. It's the best.
He's great, yeah. There's 1 model, all right? Okay.
And I'm going to use that emote because that's the best emote that I don't think people have spotted yet.
Which one?
Ron.
I think they have spotted the Ron emote. At least your 45 Marines and Blight Haulers make loads of Death Guard lists now. Let's not talk about that. That's the problem with painting your models nice. You paint your models nice and then rubbish in the game. What's the point? Right? Like, I spent ages on my Death Guard stuff making it look really nice. And now I wish I'd just fucking absolutely, like, done nothing. Just, like, sprayed them a colour and dry brushed them. Because all of the models I painted are not the ones that you take in the Death Guard list. And it's really shit, John. Like it's such a shit feeling. Yeah. I'm looking at them now and I'm like, oh, whatever, I just won't play them. I just won't play my whole Death Guard army I have painted. Like, what's the point? For the fun. Yeah, I really loved.
For enjoyment.
Yeah, I really loved the 80 to 400 hours I spent painting them for them to be shit. I really loved the fun of that. It was so much fun for me to turn up to a game and lose because my painted shit sucks. What fun I had.
You're in a really healthy mindset today, Rob, I can tell.
Oh my god.
Fantastic.
Fucking livid at that opinion. What have I missed this time?
Dydrin, leave whilst you can.
Xrath says, I spent 20 hours on 3 Slangar. Will I ever get that time back? No, but you knew that ahead of time, Xrath. That's your own fault. You knew ahead of time. Play them anyway. No, I'm not going to play them anyway. Oh, no, I might play them, actually, because I quite like them in Rhinos. I think they'd be all right. But not the Blight Haulers. Nope.
No, just not the
7
Blight
of
Haulers.
those I painted.
Well, more fool you for buying a silly amount of them. And more fool the person that sold them to you.
N.A. Brooks says, now Rob knows how Sylvaneth players truly feel. Do you think I'm not a Sylvaneth player? I've got like 8 Tree Lords. Like, I think I've got like 30 Kurnoth Hunters with different weapons. So, how do I feel? Bad. Like, about it all. Morgan says, I played a game yesterday and tabled the guy before his second turn. I think he says second day, but I think maybe second turn. It was fun in brackets. Owen, we haven't talked about James being a Mighty Lord of Khorne, but I thought we'd do a review show on Monday of some of the matches because one of our matches happened. Nathan has played Darren. James has played my friend Nick. My teammate... Owen only wants to bring it up.
It's not important matches, then.
Yeah, his teammate wanted to bring it up. I think that's the problem. But I think we should talk about it on the stat show on Monday, basically. But yeah, James defeated my Nick, my sweet Nick, with his Bloodthirsters. So now it's just down to me to pull it back against Owen with my Sinesh versus his Beast of Chaos. It is truly a war of the posers.
Yeah. I'm currently reading your Silk Bone Reapers book and I just don't understand it. Why is my list what it is? Why isn't it any of the good stuff?
Pete Price says, how many swords on those Kurnoth Hunters? 0 swords. There are 0 swords. I think there are like, what have I got? 12 bows and then 18 scythes is what I've got. No swords. 0 swords.
Oh, man. Oh, there we go. I got him. I got him wound up, Adam. There we go.
I hate this game so much. Nathan vs. Darren would be some sweet Luddite porn. Smorgan, I actually read out yesterday them trying to organise their game.
It was so bad.
It took about an hour and a support crew of at least 5 people to get them up and running.
After an hour, they started. I'm surprised it was only an hour. At that point, I had to go to bed.
So yeah, it took a while, Smogs. I promise you, it took too long, which is the thing. What time is it? Oh, lovely. This is where I've got to so far on the stream. If you guys are interested in this particular, they're looking good, John, eh?
Yeah, they're pretty cool, man. I like that they are notably a different colour board as well. That it's not just every board looking exactly the same.
Oh, what the board? Oh yeah, because we've chosen,
so like the fact that all the mats are drastically different, which is great.
I'll actually like to shout out Mr. Owen Jackson here, the Owen Jackson, so we get some Owen fans links in the chat. When we very first talked about terrain, Owen took us through a PowerPoint presentation, which was very intense. It was the most organised thing I've ever been through, other than Smorg and me taking me through a war scroll with another PowerPoint presentation. There's some talented motherfuckers in this industry. None of them are me.
And us.
And we're here.
I'm a hanger-on. I know it. Yeah. It's fine.
And what is it? And he took us through the fact that we should have 4 different and opposed color schemes for the boards. So color palettes. So we ended up with like a blue one, a purple one, like a brown one, and then like a greyish one. And so like when we switched between the 4 different tables, you could tell immediately we were on a whole different table, which I thought was really clever and super fun. Yes. So I really enjoyed that.
Because I can remember doing 40k coverage, and it's just like, is this the same table? There's 2 L's in the middle. It could be the same paper.
Yeah, it's grey. There are ruins. There are two elves in the middle.
And
Which match
iron
are we
hands on
watching?
one side.
All the same goddamn matches. Right, let's go raid someone. John, as the guest today, you get to choose who we should raid. Would you like to raid a Warhammer person? By the way, the person we raided yesterday was great. Also, a new raid thing. Whenever we raid, we just demand toughs. Like, we're not changing that up now. So, a Warhammer person, or would you like to go weird and go
I think
just
Warhammer
chatting?
today, because I like the nice kind of feel goods you get from it. Because you see someone absolutely losing their shit, and it's such a genuine reaction. It's so cool to see. Whilst I still don't know what those Korean ladies or Chinese girls, whatever they were. I don't even know what that was. I called Emma in. I was like, "What is Rob sent me to?" And she was like, "I really don't know. But we couldn't stop watching them, and it was literally them just hanging out on camera." I'm like, okay, but there's 17,000 people watching.
Can we raid this guy? Because this is super creepy.
Singapore,
Hobby O'Clock, it's your hobby voyeur. Feel free to share your hobbies. That's creepy.
Oh, of course, Nikos was up for it. I knew Nikos would appreciate that one.
What?
The Asian ladies.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't want to judge him, but
in
he
the
said
current,
it. So
in the current climate, I think we should all shut our mouth about that. Let's all keep that down. Imagine the biggest thing you've given the gaming community being puns that make people react with smirks, grimaces, and mild indifference. Gitly, all puns are appreciated on the Honest Wargamer.
It's your fundamental right to express them right here.
It is your fundamental right. So, who would you like to raid? Your options are, oh no, where's he gone? The illicit owl, who's the hobby voyeur, or that's it, or someone painted Admech robots who looks quite cute. Let's do Admech robot.
Oh no!
Why no?
I still get flashbacks to those stupid things.
Oh, because you don't like them.
Yeah. So let's raid them, and I can give them some shit for that.
Okay. All right. Just to make him happy. That's fun.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're doing IRL, so come for the weird raid tomorrow. That's the plan. Right. Anyway, thanks to chat for hanging out with me today. In the next couple of weeks, I will be doing a show where you guys are going to get to name the pieces of terrain, which will be obviously a disaster. Can't wait. Of course, thanks to John. Thanks to everyone listening to the podcast. Also, Smorgan's coming on to do a waterfall review of the Underworld's warband for those fellas, the vampires. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing the list review for the top 8 tournament that we'll be doing coverage of on Saturday. Saturday, we'll be doing that. And then Sunday, there's the WTC show. Tonight, there's the 40k show with Nick and Tom talking about Drukhari. Loads to go. Thanks, John, for being wonderful. See everyone soon. Loads of love. See you tomorrow.